Wait, don't buy the iPhone 17 yet. If you care about getting the version that actually feels new for years, the iPhone 18 is shaping up to be the one that makes the 17 look instantly dated. I'm going to break down the hidden upgrades Apple is quietly lining up for the 18, and at the end I'll give you a quick test so you'll know exactly whether to upgrade now or wait. Stick with me, because the last upgrade is the one most people will regret missing. Let's start with the thing you see every second you use your phone, the front of the iPhone. The biggest change on the horizon is a true all-screen look. Multiple supply chain reports point to Apple moving Face ID under the display around the iPhone 18 timeline. Translation: no notch, no dynamic island, just your content edge to edge, with either a tiny camera dot or even a fully hidden front camera depending on the model. This is the kind of design shift you notice every single day. If the 17 keeps the island and the 18 cleans it up, you'll feel that difference immediately. If you've been waiting for the iPhone to finally look new again from the front, this is the one to watch. And it's not just the cutout. Apple's been shrinking bezels year after year. By the time the 18 lands, expect those ultra-thin, uniform bezels to be the standard look across more models, not just a pro thing. That small detail makes the screen feel bigger without making the phone harder to hold. If you're upgrading from anything with a notch or thicker borders, the 18 is lining up to give you that wow factor you can see from across the room. Now, under the hood. The iPhone 18 is tracking to be Apple's first iPhone family built on TSMC's 2nm process, the A-series chip people are already calling A20. What does that actually mean for you? Two things you will feel: more speed and less heat. Expect meaningful gains in performance with a sharper drop in power draw. Day-to-day, that looks like snappier apps and games, smoother camera processing, and more battery life from the same size battery. But the real story isn't just speed, it's the neural engine. Apple's leaning hard into on-device AI, summaries, image tools, voice features, and they've already gated some features to newer chips. By the time the iPhone 18 ships, you can bet there'll be a next wave of Apple Intelligence features that rely on a much bigger neural engine. If you want the full slate of on-device AI tools without cloud round trips and without battery anxiety, waiting for the 2nm generation is the smart play. Let's talk cameras, because this is where Apple loves to do the quiet, meaningful upgrades. The telephoto system is on a clear path toward better optical zoom. After moving to advanced folded lenses on the bigger Pro models, the next obvious step is a more flexible, continuous optical zoom. Less jumping between fixed steps, more true zooming without the muddy digital crop. Pair that with improved sensor design, stacked sensors with faster readout, and low-light performance jumps again without having to crank ISO to the moon. Expect cleaner night shots, fewer flares thanks to better coating, and a wider ultra-wide that finally keeps detail in the corners. On top of that, under-panel Face ID isn't just a cosmetic change. Moving those depth sensors behind the screen frees up space and paves the way for slimmer camera bumps and a thinner chassis without sacrificing optical quality. If Apple sticks to its pattern, the iPhone 18 Pro models will get the full new camera stack first, and the image pipeline will push harder on real-time noise reduction and subject separation. That means portraits that look less computery, video that holds dynamic range better in backlit scenes, and 4K clips that don't melt your battery. Speaking of battery, this is one of the most overlooked reasons to wait. Apple has been stepping towards stacked battery tech and better thermal designs to keep heat in check. The iPhone 18 generation is poised to benefit from those maturing technologies across more models. Stacked cells mean more energy density, which means longer life without making the phone thicker. Better thermals mean the phone can stay fast longer without throttling. And that 2nm chip? It sips power. Combine those and you get two wins at once: longer screen on time and a battery that ages more slowly over the years. If you're the person who keeps your phone for 3, 4, even 5 years, that's not a small upgrade. That's the upgrade. Charging will likely improve too, not just speeds, but consistency. As QE2 becomes the standard and MagSafe gets more efficient, expect more reliable 15-watt wireless charging across accessories, better heat management, and smarter charge limiting that preserves battery health automatically. Tiny change, big quality of life payoff. Connectivity is another quiet leap you'll feel without thinking about it. By the iPhone 18 cycle, Wi-Fi 7 should be standard across the lineup, not just a pro perk. That means lower latency, higher throughput on crowded networks, and smoother streaming and gaming at home. On the cellular side, expect modems that play nicer with 5G in the real world, stronger performance indoors, better handoffs, more stable uploads at events. Ultra-wideband improves again for tighter AirTag location, smoother handoff to AirPods, and richer point-and-connect experiences with Vision Pro and whatever else Apple ships by then. And satellite features should expand beyond just emergencies. Think roadside assistance, basic messages, and location sharing off-grid. Durability and materials will probably get a quiet boost. As Apple scales titanium and second-gen ceramic, shield to more models, you get lighter phones that are still tough, with glass that's less prone to micro-scratches and frames that don't dent as easily. Expect subtle changes that matter over time. Stronger lens coatings to reduce flares, water resistance that handles real-world splashes better, and a frame design that's kinder to repairs, especially for battery replacements. It won't be a headline, but a phone that's easier to service ages better and keeps resale values up. And let's be honest about timing. Apple rarely drops the big design change and the big chip change on the same non-pro year, but the iPhone 18 window is when those two lines cross. New look up front, new silicon underneath. If you buy the 17 and the 18 shows up with a cleaner front, a cooler, faster 2nm chip, and longer battery life, that's the kind of upgrade you'll notice at a glance and feel all day. That's the upgrade people mean when they say, "This one feels new." Now, a quick reality check. None of this is official until Apple says it on stage. But this is how Apple moves: steady steps, then a visible leap. The iPhone 18 is positioned to be that leap. If you don't need to upgrade today, waiting sets you up for a bigger jump and a longer runway of software features that won't get cut off early. What about price and deals? Here's the play. Carriers in the US go hardest with trade-in promos at launch and during holidays. If you hold out for the 18, you're not just buying the newer device. You're buying into a fresh cycle of aggressive trade-ins when your current phone still holds value. That can be the difference between paying hundreds out of pocket and paying close to nothing on a carrier contract. Also, if the 18 brings that new front design, the 17's resale will drop faster the minute the 18 hits stores. Waiting can save you money twice. Let's get practical. Who should still buy the iPhone 17? If your current phone is cracked, unreliable, or the battery can't make it through your day, and you can snag a killer trade-in that basically makes the 17 free, go for it. If you're on an older model that's already missing newer features you need for work or accessibility, don't suffer for a year just to wait. And if you upgrade every single year anyway, you already know what you're doing. But if your phone still works, and you want a purchase that feels new for the longest time, the iPhone 18 is the smarter target. You're lining up for a cleaner front with under-display Face ID and almost no bezels. The first 2nm A-series chip with a much bigger neural engine for the next wave of on-device AI. Better cameras with more natural optical zoom, cleaner night shots, and fewer flares. Longer battery life, cooler performance, and smarter charging that keeps your battery healthy. Wi-Fi 7 across the board, stronger 5G in real life, tighter UWB, and expanded satellite features. Materials and design that age better and hold value longer. Here's that quick decision test I promised. Answer these in your head. Do you want the iPhone that looks visibly different from the front and will keep that new look for years? If yes, wait for the 18. Do you care about getting the full next wave of Apple Intelligence features on-device without cloud reliance? If yes, wait for the 18. Is your current phone still usable and you can make it a few more months? If yes, wait for the 18. If you answered no to all three, buy the 17 with a heavy trade-in and enjoy it. If you answered yes to even one, you'll be happier waiting. One last thing. If any of this shifts, if Apple pulls one of these upgrades into the 17 or delays one out of the 18, I'll update you. But based on how Apple cycles big changes, sitting tight for the 18 stacks the odds in your favor. The safest move is patience. So before you lock in that 17, take a breath. The iPhone 18 isn't just another spec bump. It's the one that brings the next-gen look, the next-gen chip, and the next-gen battery life together. If you can wait, you won't just notice the difference. You'll feel it every single day. And your future self will thank you when your phone still feels fresh 3 years from now. If this helped, hit follow and share with a friend who upgrades on impulse. Your wallet will thank you.